You ever wake up and feel completely empty? Like your soul is exhausted, but not from work or from lack of sleep. No, it's from caring. From caring too much about too many things. And too many people who never really cared back. We grow up being told that caring is love. That if you just care more, try harder, give more of yourself, you'll finally be seen. You'll finally be happy. But let me ask you something. How's that working out for you? Because here's the truth no one ever says out loud. The more you care about things that don't matter, the less space you have for what truly does. You start living for likes. You start dressing for attention. You start speaking for approval. And somewhere along the way, you forget how to live for you. So today's episode is not just a reminder. It's an awakening. It's about reclaiming your energy, your peace, your mind. It's about learning how not to care, but in a way that makes you stronger, not colder. Freer, not lonelier. Because the less you care, the happier you get. Do this, and you'll see. Let me paint a picture for you. It's Monday morning. You wake up, and the first thing you do is grab your phone. You scroll. You see someone's beach vacation, a friend's engagement, a stranger's six-pack abs. And just like that, you already feel behind. You haven't even brushed your teeth yet, but you're already comparing your life. You start to wonder, am I falling behind? Why am I not there yet? Maybe I should try harder, look better, post more. And this is where the quiet destruction begins. Because it's not the phone, it's not social media, it's not even them. It's the fact that you've given them space in your mind. You've handed over your peace to things that don't even know you exist. You care too much. You care about what people might think. You care about not being liked. You care about being misunderstood. You care about always looking okay, sounding okay, living a life that looks good even when you're dying inside. But here's the brutal truth. Caring too much is exhausting. And worse, it's pointless. Because no matter how much you care, you still can't control what they think. You still can't make everyone like you. You still can't win a game that was never designed for your peace. So what's the solution? It's simple, but not easy. You have to stop pouring your soul into places that drain you. You have to protect your mental space like your life depends on it, because it does. This doesn't mean you stop caring about everything. It means you choose what to care about. You care about your peace, your growth, your healing, your real people, not strangers, not noise, not the approval of those who wouldn't even show up at your funeral. The less you care, the more space you create. And in that space, you'll finally start to breathe again. How society trains you to care too much and how to unlearn it. You weren't born this way. You weren't born caring about likes. You didn't come out of the womb craving approval. You didn't worry about what your face looked like when you laughed too hard, or whether your clothes were in season. You were free until someone taught you to care. Maybe it was that teacher who told you your dreams were unrealistic. Maybe it was your parents, afraid of failure, so they passed down their fears. Maybe it was school, where you learned that fitting in matters more than standing out. And maybe it was culture, telling you success only looks one way. Money, beauty, popularity. So you started to shrink yourself. You tried to fit molds that were never made for you. You said yes when you wanted to scream no. You stayed quiet when your soul begged you to speak. You traded your truth for comfort, and then wondered why you felt so empty. That's the trap. That's the programming. You've been trained, conditioned, to believe that your worth depends on them. What they think, what they say, what they allow you to be. But here's the truth. You were not born to please. You were born to live. You were born to be wildly, fully, unapologetically you. And when you finally stop caring about the version of you they want, you make room for the version you were always meant to be. Not a product of fear, not a puppet of trends, but a soul that no longer begs to be accepted because it already accepts itself. The world won't make this easy. But here's the good news. Once you start caring less about the outside, you begin hearing the voice inside. And that voice, that's the real you. And it's been waiting a long time to come alive again. Signs you care too much. and how it's hurting your mental health. It doesn't happen all at once. Caring too much sneaks up on you. It disguises itself as kindness, as responsibility, as being a good person. But there's a difference between caring and obsessing, between being considerate and being consumed. And if you don't catch the signs early, it slowly eats away at your peace. So, how do you know if you've crossed the line? Here are the signs. Number 1, you replay conversations in your head constantly. You analyze every word. What do they mean by that? Did I say too much? You're not living in the moment. You're trapped in a past that no longer exists. Number 2, you apologize for things that don't need an apology. You say sorry for taking up space, for having emotions, for existing. You shrink yourself to make others comfortable, even when it costs you your dignity. Number 3, you constantly check your phone, looking for approval. Every like, every comment, every read receipt. You attach your worth to their reaction. And if they don't respond, you assume you did something wrong. Number 4, you say yes out of guilt, not love. You feel like you owe everyone your time. You help even when you're exhausted. You believe setting boundaries makes you selfish. But people-pleasing isn't love. It's fear in disguise. Number 5, you feel anxious when people are quiet. You think silence means rejection, that a delayed text means they're angry. You try to fix things that aren't broken, because deep down, you fear being abandoned. Caring is beautiful, but when it becomes attachment to validation, it stops being love and starts becoming self-destruction. So if any of this feels familiar, you're not broken. You've just been taught to look outward for peace, when the real work is inside. Coming up next, backhand index pointing right, how to stop caring too much without becoming cold, bitter, or selfish. Backhand index pointing right, the art of detachment, and why it's not what you think. A word that scares people, because we've been taught that to love someone, you have to hold on tightly. To care, you must suffer. To prove your loyalty, you must hurt when they hurt. But here's the truth. Detachment isn't the absence of love. It's the presence of peace. It's realizing you can care deeply, without falling apart, without being owned by what you cannot control. You weren't born knowing how to let go, but you can learn. You learn to. Stop chasing people who keep running. Stop explaining yourself to those who refuse to listen. Stop bleeding for those who never asked you to bleed. You can love someone and still walk away. You can care and still say no. You can be kind and protect your energy. Because real love, healthy love, never demands your destruction. It invites your wholeness. It honors your boundaries. I love you, but I can't fix you. I want peace more than I want to be right. I let go, not because I don't care, but because I do. You're not cold for detaching. You're not selfish for creating space. You're wise. You're healing. You're growing. The art of detachment isn't about closing your heart. It's about opening your hands and trusting that what's meant for you will stay. What's not will go. And you'll still be whole. Either way. Coming up next, how to stop being reactive and start living on your terms. The calm power of indifference and why it's the greatest weapon of peace. There's a moment when someone insults you and you don't respond. You don't flinch. You don't explain. You just smile and let silence speak for you. That moment, that's the power of indifference. Not apathy, not arrogance, but the calm strength of not letting everything control you. You don't have to argue with everyone. You don't have to prove yourself to strangers. You don't have to fix what others think of you. The truth is, some people want a reaction. They feed on your energy. They throw chaos just to watch you break. Don't give them that show. Strong doesn't mean loud. Strong doesn't mean always responding. Strength is when you can walk away. Smile at the storm. Protect your peace like it's sacred. Indifference is when you stop trying to control how others behave and start controlling how you respond. It's not cold. It's wise. It's powerful. Number 1, pause before reacting. Number 2, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Number 3, walk away, not to avoid, but to protect your energy. You'll be amazed how light life feels when you stop carrying every insult, every opinion, every judgment that doesn't belong to you. You don't owe anyone a reaction. You owe yourself peace. Protect that. Keep walking. Coming up next, why caring too much is a trap, and how to stop overgiving. The balance between empathy and self-respect. You care too much. That's why it hurts. You worry what they think. You bend, stretch, break, just to make others feel comfortable. And still, they complain, they judge, they leave. Because caring too much is not love. It's self-abandonment. It's losing yourself in the name of being a good person. You give, and give, and give, until there's nothing left but resentment. You say yes when your heart screams no. You show up for everyone, but never for yourself. And one day you wake up, exhausted, empty, numb. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear. It doesn't demand exhaustion. It doesn't cost your soul. If you have to suffer to earn love, it's not love, it's survival. And you weren't born just to survive. Start with these truths. Number one, not everyone deserves access to you. Number two, you don't need to fix everyone's emotions. Number three, your peace is more important than their opinion. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to not reply. It's okay to say, that's not my responsibility. You weren't made to please everyone. You were made to live freely. And freedom begins when you stop overcaring. Coming up next, the difference between letting go and giving up. How to detach with peace and dignity. Letting go feels like loss at first, but it's not. It's space. It's freedom. It's peace returning to where it belongs, inside you. There's a myth that if you really care, you should fight endlessly. But sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away. Not with bitterness, not with hate, but with grace. Letting go doesn't mean you failed. It means you chose yourself. And that is power. That is maturity. It means you no longer try to control what's out of your hands. You stop begging for love. You stop explaining yourself to people who never wanted to understand you. Letting go is not weakness. It's knowing your worth. It's choosing peace over chaos, inner calm over outer approval. You win your time back. You win your energy back. You win your clarity, your strength, your self-love. Some things are not meant to stay. Some people are only chapters, not the whole book. And it's okay to close a chapter so you can begin a better one. So breathe, forgive, let go, and rise. Coming up next, the art of not reacting. Why emotional detachment is the secret to inner power. Most people are not in control of their lives. Their emotions are. They react instantly, blindly, to every word, every look, every opinion. But you can choose not to react. You can pause, breathe, and decide what deserves your energy. Non-reaction is not weakness. It is wisdom. It's the choice of a calm warrior who doesn't fight every battle, only the ones that matter. Why you should stop reacting to everything. Because every reaction costs you energy. Because not everything deserves a response. Because most people are projecting their own pain, not speaking truth. When you stop reacting, you stop giving away your power. You protect your peace. You break the cycle. You rise above, learning to stay still. There's magic in stillness, in the silence between stimulus and response. That's where wisdom grows. That's where your higher self whispers. So the next time someone tries to pull you into chaos, smile, stay calm. Let silence be your reply. Coming up next, why emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. How to protect your peace without losing your heart. Emotional detachment is not heartless. They'll say you're cold, that you don't care, that you're distant. But emotional detachment isn't heartlessness. It's protection. It's preservation. It's peace. You're not detaching from people. You're detaching from chaos, from needing to fix everything, from tying your self-worth to how others feel about you. You can love deeply and still walk away. You can care and still say no. You can be kind without sacrificing your peace. What detachment actually looks like? It looks like No longer chasing, no longer explaining, no longer trying to convince someone to see your worth. It means you feel everything, but you don't let it drown you. You process, you release, and you choose peace every time, letting the world spin without you. You don't need to be in every conversation. You don't need to respond to every emotion. You don't need to carry weight that was never yours. Your peace is sacred. Not everyone gets access to it, and that is emotional wisdom. Coming up next, how to protect your peace without building walls. Why your silence is more powerful than your words. It's easy to think peace means isolation, that to protect your heart, you must shut it down. But real peace doesn't come from hiding. It comes from choosing what you allow in. You don't need to build walls. You just need to build filters, not barriers, boundaries, not coldness, clarity. You can still open your heart, but with wisdom. You can still love, but without losing yourself. How to protect your peace. Say no and mean it. Rest when you're tired, not when you collapse. Walk away, not because you don't care, but because you do. You're not hard to love. You're just not meant to be drained. Your energy is your currency. Spend it with care. Peace is a daily practice. Peace isn't a one-time achievement. It's a daily choice. It's in the quiet morning, the ignored insult, the no you finally said. Coming up next, why your silence is your superpower. How not reacting makes you untouchable. Silence is a superpower. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not everyone deserves an answer. Silence isn't weakness. It's strength disguised in stillness. In a world that screams for attention, silence becomes sacred. It says, I choose peace over proving a point. I don't need to win this battle to win my life. You don't need the last word. You don't need to defend your name to every whisper. Let people misunderstand you. Your silence will echo louder than their noise. How to harness the power of silence. Pause before reacting. Breathe before responding. Observe more. Speak less. Silence lets you stay in control. It gives you time to choose your energy instead of letting others choose it for you. They might call you cold, but you're not. You're calm. And in a chaotic world, calm is rare. Calm is power. Coming up next, how not reacting makes you untouchable. Why your greatest comeback is no comeback at all. Untouchable when you no longer react. The moment you stop reacting, you become untouchable. Not because the world gets kinder, but because your peace no longer depends on it. People will still test you. Life will still throw chaos at you. But when you stop giving it your energy, it loses its power over you. They criticize, you don't respond. They gossip, you smile. They provoke, you walk away. And just like that, they lose. Reactions give away your power. Every time you react, you say, you control how I feel. But when you pause, when you don't engage, you say, I control my state. Not you. This is not about being numb. It's about being wise. You don't need to fight every battle. You just need to win your own peace. Not reacting is freedom. Not reacting is power. Not reacting is how you rise, without needing to prove a single thing. Coming up next, why the greatest revenge is your silence. How peace becomes your loudest message. The greatest revenge is no revenge. You know what really makes them uncomfortable? Not your anger, not your arguments, but your silence, your peace, your refusal to be pulled back into the chaos. There's no louder message than not responding, because it means, I've outgrown this. I no longer live in that frequency. I choose my soul over the noise. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to prove you were right. You don't have to win a debate. Because when you're truly free, you walk away quietly and build something bigger, deeper, quieter. Let them think you lost. Let them think you gave up. But only you know the truth. You didn't give up. You just moved up. Final message. Peace is the end game. You want revenge? Build a life so beautiful, so silent, so joyful, that no one can touch it. Not even the ones who try to destroy you. The less you care, the more you live. Not carelessly, but consciously. intentionally, peacefully. This is your reminder. You don't need the world's approval to be happy. You just need your own permission to stop caring, to start living, to protect your peace like it's the most sacred thing you own. Because it is. Thank you for listening. If you've made it this far, this isn't just a podcast. This is a mirror. You heard your truth in here. Now go live it, silently, fiercely, and freely.